Welcome to episode 22 of Bottoms Up with Crystal Palace, and in this episode we play our first two games in the Champions League ever with Crystal Palace, and definitely ever in this series. Plus I've just bought a couple of new players for nearly £100 million. Let's introduce you to them as well. Well, let's get straight into it then, folks. And as I said in the intro, we've spent, I said close to 100 million because it's 89 million originally. But if we actually meet all the clauses in the contracts, it's going to be 128 million pound in total. We did say we wanted a centre-back and a striker, and that's exactly what we've got. So the first one that came in was Mauricio Escalada. He is the main one. He's the big deal. He's our centre-back. We got him in from Leeds. 59 million up front with 83 million pound the total cost after add-ons and everything else. If we take a look at him, he is wonderful. Ignore all the going down. He's just arrived. But top for aggression, anticipation, great leadership, jumping reach, natural fitness, tackling. He can mark, he can pass. He's got reasonable technique. His physicals are very decent. 6'4" centre-back. Can also play in the defensive midfield role. He can't do the ball-winning midfielder or deep line playmaker a great deal, I don't think. No, he can't. Well, he can do a ball-winning midfielder at 4 stars. So he'd be a best defensive midfielder as well. 4-star current ability with 4.5-star potential. Current valuation up to 107 million. 23 years old. Argentinian. I love him. And he's almost had a goal for us, but it was disallowed. We'll get into that in a moment as well. And then we've got Sergio Pacini, who we got in from Brianza for 30 million up front with potential rising to 45 million. He's a striker that can play out on the right as well, can play in the central attacking midfield role, but we have brought him in as a striker. He's not scored for us yet. He's had 2 appearances, one in the Carabao Cup and one in the Premier League. Yet to get off the score sheet, but look at his acceleration. He's got good pace as well. He's determined, excellent first touch, excellent technique. He can finish as well. He's just, all round, I think he's going to be a decent little player for us. He is coming as an advanced forward as well. Like I say, yet to get a goal, but 18-year-old Italian with 5-star potential, 3-star current ability. I think he's going to be the future of this club up front. Now, we'll get into the schedule. While we do, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because I need it to help me feel better after our recent form. Because as you can see there, we've not started the season well at all. I think we're 8th in the league at the moment. We'll have a look at the table in a moment. But after the first 2 games where we won 3-1 away from home against Leeds and a 0-0 draw at home against Wolves, we then went and lost 2-0 against Tottenham, where Aurelio Calvo and Mohamed Sham got taken off injured. Kenta Mahara with a 6.2 and a yellow card really didn't play well at all. If we look at the stats for the game, we didn't really deserve to get anything from it. I wouldn't say Tottenham did either. I'd have said a draw probably would have been a fairer result, but we can't really complain. We had 1 shot on target. We just weren't very good. We really wasn't. Then we had a 1-1 draw against Liverpool, where I think we were really unlucky here. We scored with an own goal on the 74th minute, but then Liverpool equalised in the 96th minute of the game. Now, looking at the stats, you could probably say Liverpool probably edged it. Maybe a draw was a good result, but Marriage again, not good up top. Duchesne had a poor game, as did Kenta Mahara again. We didn't look particularly good. We looked a bit dull in front of goal, a bit impotent in front of goal. Then we had the Carabao Cup game against Brighton. Our Carabao Cup run has come to an end. We've lost that 2-1. This was a frustrating game because we were on top in this game. Yeah, we only had 1 more shot on target, but Kenta Mahara at one point, he was in the red on a 5.9, 5.8. He missed a penalty. He had a terrible game. We got given a second penalty once we were 2-0 down, which I immediately changed Mahara from the penalty taker to Duchesne, and he scored. Mahara then got taken off, and I think it was Duarte that came on in his place, and Ollison come on for Marriage. We couldn't get another goal, and then in the 93rd minute of the game, we had a corner. It was whipped in. Escalada, our new centre-back, headed it in, and it was disallowed for offside. I don't know how we're offside from a corner. I just don't know. But somehow we was offside. Lost that one, 2-1 out of the Carabao Cup. Then we go away to Reading, who at the time were top of the Premier League table. And Kenta Mahara decided he was going to turn up and play a game of football. And what a game. He had 9.8, 3 goals. He assisted the fourth. Ortega with a header from a corner. That's our first actual allowed goal from a corner kick this season. But Mahara with a couple of goals. Escalada got an assist here. Duchesne with an assist as well. Mahara then got the penalty when it was already 3-0 up. We were dominant in that game. We were easily the better team. Absolutely deserved the win. And that was our second league win of the season. If we now have a look at the competitions on the schedule, have a look at our Champions League, we start off with a home game against FC Kobenhavn. Then we go away to the hell that is Galatasary. Then we've got a game against Bayern Munich at home. Then we've got Leipzig and Karabag away. Benfica at home. Barcelona away and Villarreal at home. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm not expecting us to get in the top 8 to qualify. I mean, if you don't know how the Champions League works, the top 8 qualify automatically for the round of 16 and then 9th to 24th go into a playoff round, like a preliminary round before the round of 16. And the 8 teams that qualify from this join the 8 teams that automatically qualify. Now, I don't believe we're going to qualify as part of the top 8. We're not that good. I mean, we're not very good at all this season so far. But I absolutely think with that draw, we can get into this part, the blue part. And when you look at it, I mean, obviously Bayern and Barcelona jump out as the big threats. But I think we're capable of getting results against any of these others. Even, I mean, Leipzig, maybe Benfica and Villarreal could be quite challenging. Galatasaray away is never easy. But yeah, I think if we're playing to our best, we can absolutely get results from this Champions League draw that we had. So both today's games are going to be Champions League games. Kobenhavn and Galatasaray wasn't originally going to be that. We was planning on coming back for something like Sheffield Wednesday against Newcastle, but as soon as they've thrown these back in here, we can't not play the Champions League. And as they're both one after the other, I wanted to do a first one because it is a first ever game. So I think that's all there is to show you. If we have a look, if we get into the game, we can have a look at our tactic and who's available, because we've had real selection issues because Valentin Barco and Jetson Zanelli are not registered for the Champions League because we haven't got enough homegrown players in it. So between now and the end of this season, I need to work on who we can bring into the squad and who we can get out. I mean, at the moment, we've got Leo Thomas here who can play anywhere along the back. He's 21-year-old Englishman. He's out of contract this summer, but he does have 3.5-star potential. He's an exciting young prospect. We'll see what he can do. I'm quite tempted to bring him in on the left-hand side if we need anyone, if we need him to come in, or he can come in at centre-back, but I don't particularly want to be using him for that. I don't believe he's ever played for us either. If we have a look at his history, he's played one game for us back in the Championship long before we took over. But since we've taken over, he's never made a senior appearance for us. But this is the team that we play our first ever Champions League game in bottoms up. We have McKenna in goal, Mensah left back, Martin Fernandez right back, Escalada and Ortega in the middle, Fernandez and Akasvatni in the midfield, Duchesne, Mahara out wide with Mohamed Sham in behind Sergio Passini. Bitshiabu is not a starter. Escalada has taken his place mainly because Ortega is that 5-star potential. And in terms of Passini, obviously he goes straight in up front anyway. We have got Calvo on the bench, but as you can see, he's not quite fully fit, so he won't be starting today, but he should be fine to start our next game. Mohamed Sham's lacking in match fitness apparently, but let's get into it and let's pick up our first win in our first ever Champions League game. It is at home. Look at that graphic. You've got to love the Champions League graphic, haven't you? There's the flag. Imagine the music playing. It's all going to look beautiful. We come out the tunnel and now it's game time. Now we do want the league table bit on here. Oh. Right, so first highlight is Kopenhagen with a goal kick. I'm going to call them Copenhagen rather than Kobenhavn. They're making their way forward. Wind. Duchesne intercepts and gives it to McKenna. He's looked a bit dodgy as well, McKenna in goal. He had a good game against Reading, but before that he was looking rather suspect. Now it's their turn to play the ball around a little bit. So with Ortega, he's going to give it to Escalada, to Mensah. Mensah brings it forward. Goes back to Escalada. Akasvatni finds Mahara, out to Fernandez. Can he get the ball in? He can, and it's a goal. Mohamed Sham with his second goal of the season. And we are up and running in the Champions League, folks. It's 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Right, before we move any further, can we change that to the league table? Because I want to see... Look at that, we're fourth. We are fourth. Karabag are second. I don't think either of us are going to end up in them positions. But right, Mahara to Sham. Goes round the outside to Fernandez, to Escalada. Mensah to Duchesne. This is a good move. Can we get a second goal here? We can. It's Sergio Passini with his first ever goal for the club. I'm really happy to see him score as well because, like I say, he's had a couple of games, not got on the score sheet, not done particularly good with with his match rating, and you do get a bit concerned. I mean, he's only 18, bless him. Here's Mahara to Duchesne. We're looking good. Mensah to Duchesne again, gets across into the box. It's cleared by Copenhagen. They can now get a counter-attack going. And there's 2 men on him. And I have an itchy nose. Right, next highlights with us. Ortega with a free kick to Akasvatni, to Martin Fernandez, back to Akasvatni. Kenta Mahara, can he get the cross in? No, he goes to Martin Fernandez. Akasvatni, that was a pretty lame effort from Akasvatni, to be fair. Goal kick from Copenhagen. Can they fashion anything from it? I thought we won the ball back then, but it's gone straight back to them again. Escalada wins it back well. Mahara now on the counter. Oh, and he just goes and loses it. So frustrating when you just get the ball taken off you like that. Right, Martin Fernandez again. We do get a lot come down this right-hand side with Martin Fernandez. Oh, that's a goal from Passini. Sergio Passini, second goal of the game. It's 3-0, and surely we are in cruise control now in our debut Champions League game. Copenhagen have not been able to handle... I mean, look at that. In 30 minutes, 16 shots at goal, 8 on target, an XG of 2.6, 59% possession. We have been all over Copenhagen in this first half. Ball over the top, but McKenna comfortably claims that. We're into the 39th minute of the game, back there into the 40th. McKenna goes long. Mahara wins it to Akasvatni, out to Martin Fernandez. Can he get across into the box? He can. Oh, and it's a goal from Mahara. 4th goal of the season from Kenta Mahara. And our Japanese wonder kid, I keep having to stop myself from calling him our 19-year-old Japanese wonder kid because he's not, he's 20 now. But he's by far and away our best player. I mean, I've said in previous videos that if Kenta Mahara performs, then we perform. If he doesn't, then we struggle. And that's... what a ball from Mahara to Sham, and that's 5-0 now. I'm losing count. Good finish from Sham, but what a ball from Kenta Mahara. And yeah, I did say, like I was just saying, if Mahara performs, then we perform. And he's not performed so far this season until the game against Reading. And we blitzed Reading. And look at that, 5-0 at half-time. You're almost at a stage where you can just start taking players off and resting them. We don't really need to do that because we've not got another game now until we play the Champions League game against Galatasary. But let's have a look. Kenta Mahara. Sure, I am going to take him off. We bring Alan Maric on. Then I think we're going to take Martin Fernandez off as well because he regularly gets his little heart there go down into the deep red. So we don't need to take a chance. We'll make complete change on the right-hand side. Ide and Merrick out there now. We'll give it another 5-10 minutes before we make our next set of substitutions. Here's Sham. I mean, we can really just put a foot on the... it's over the ball from top for Maric. He's hit the post. But Piscini scored. Oh, as he scored, it'll probably be disallowed. It'd be great if he did get a hat-trick, but it's probably going to be disallowed. Oh no, it's been awarded. Piscini gets his hat-trick, and Piscini can come off now. Makeda can come in up top. And I think we give Aurelio Calvo... No, actually, no, we won't. Ortega's looking a bit tired, so if we bring Ortega off and bring Bitshiabu on, that'd be a fourth change, and then around the 80th minute we'll make our fifth change. Unless we get an injury. Because we have suffered injuries quite a bit at the start of this season. Luckily, they've not been anything major. Oh, fiddlesticks. I hate conceding goals when you score a hatful. Dirty in our sheets. It's not a good look. I blame Bitshiabu. I just brought him on. 6-1. Copenhagen get a goal. I almost said Copenhagen have got a way back in. Right, let's bring Solis on for Fernandez. That'll be a final change. And this has been a resounding victory. 6-1 at home in the Champions League. It's like we've been playing in this competition for years. I mean, let me know in the comments as well, if Crystal Palace ever been in... I mean, I know they've not been in the Champions League. I'm assuming they've never been in even the old version of the European Cup. But not being a Crystal Palace supporter or a Champions League, European Cup anorak, I don't know. So if they have ever been in the old style European Cup or anything like that, let me know in the comments. It'd be interesting to know. I don't even know when they were last in Europe. That's 7-1. Or is that going to be disallowed? Are we just scoring to have goals disallowed now? I mean, Alan Maric could do with a goal, to be honest. He's not scored in a long time. Go on, ref, give it to us. No, that's disallowed. I mean, to be fair, the other one that was reviewed wasn't disallowed either. That was Piscini's hat-trick goal. No point scoring, lads, because it's just going to get disallowed. Here's Finley-eyed on the right-hand side. Oh, it rhymed. I'm a poet, I didn't know it. Oh, that's going to be a red card, I think, for Storm. He's created a bit of a storm. And it is. They end the game with 10 men. Finley-eyed got absolutely hacked down out there. And that's full-time. It's a 6-1 win. You can't ask for any more than that in your opening Champions League game. We're second in the table. We're behind Barcelona on presumably goal scoring. What did Barcelona do? Because they must have had another. So they had a 6-1 win as well. So we're joint top, basically. And our next game is against Galatasary. I'm not sure how they've done, actually. If we actually have a look at the Champions League. Are Galatasary up here anywhere? Might want to actually have a look at fixtures, really, aren't we? Galatasary play against Rennes. So we'll soon find out. Right, I'll join you back here in a week's time. Well, not a week in real life, but I'll see you for the Galatasary game. Just quickly, the other good thing about being in the Champions League is the money you get for it. So our gate receipts of 1.2 million for the game against Kobenhavn is a new record. So if you think if we can get 1.2 million from all of our home games in the Champions League, let's just again quickly filter it down that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 home games. That's 4.8 million we're going to be getting just from gate receipts from the chat. And considering we've got Bayern Munich, Benfica and Villarreal, I'm pretty confident we will get them gate receipts for this competition. On another note as well, money-wise, so that's 1.2 million for that. We've also got 2.4 million because we won the game against Copenhagen. So you get 2.4 million for a win. So the more of those we can get, the better, because when you look at finances, we're 25 million in the red. We are absolutely hemorrhaging money. I'm dreading what that's going to be like come the end of the season. But money helps in the Champions League. Here we go, it's game day then, folks. We're away to Galatasaray. Let's get into the game. And only one change to the team from the game that trounced Copenhagen. Aurelio Calvo is available again now. He's pretty much match fit. So he comes in. Kwarko Mensah is on the bench. We don't actually have enough players to fill out our subs bench because Leo Thomas is not available. He's ineligible after playing for the under 21s, under 18s, whichever one he's in. That's my fault. I should have moved him to the actual senior squad. So the team we've got that goes out against Galatasaray, who I believe lost against Lens because they're 30th in the table, is McKenna in goal, Calvo left back, Martin Fernandez right back, Escalada and Ortega in the centre of defence, Fernandez and Akazvatni in midfield, Duchesne and Mahara out wide with Mohamed Sham in behind Sergio Passini. Let's get into this. He did say Calvo may struggle to see out the match. That's fine. I'm planning on giving him 60, 70 minutes and then taking him off for either Bitshabu or Kwaku Mensah. Galatasaray, a very famous stadium. They always used to have a banner hanging up saying "Welcome to Hell." So we are in hell. Although I think it might be a new stadium nowadays, but still the same team and fans and everything else. We're starting with a highlight. Was with Galatasaray. We've won the ball back. Akazvatni has it. Goes out wide to Kenta Mahara. He's got no one to put it back to. Or gets it back from Akazvatni. It's still Kenta Mahara, and Kenta Mahara scores. What a goal. 5th of the season, 1st of the game. 40 seconds on the clock. That's one way to silence the home crowd. And that is an excellent start to the game. Really couldn't ask for any better than that. In terms of the Premier League, but I don't know what's gone on with the fixtures in that league, but there's pretty much a whole round of fixtures between these two European games. For some reason, us, Chelsea, Newcastle and Everton, I think it is, have not played. Here's Mahara. Oh, he's at the post. Yeah, we're the only 4 teams that's not played. Not really sure why. But yeah, so us 4 have a game in hand over the rest of the league. We are currently 12th in that league, but like I say, we do have that game in hand. And Galatasaray have equalised. That's not good. A low drive from outside the box. I'm so not sure about McKenna in goal. He just doesn't seem to be that goalkeeper. And it's it's a bit late now because the transfer window's closed and we've got barely any money left. But I think certainly on my shopping list for next season is going to be a better goalkeeper. Because I am starting to wonder if I should just go with Blakesley and give him a bit of a run and see what he can do. Here's Duchesne, but it's a comfortable save by the goalkeeper. Bernardoni. Sounds like they've got an Italian in goal. Right, they have been slightly the better team in terms of shots on goal in that first half. We've only had one and we've scored from it. Here's Martin Fernandez, gets across in the box. Passini! 4th. Oh, he's going to disallow it. You absolute turd of a referee. Come on, make up your mind. VAR's taking ages. Yeah, I told you. I hate VAR. You're going to hear me say that a lot now that we're playing at Premier League, Champions League level. But it always seems to be me that gets the goals disallowed, not the opposition. Is that hour that played, or plays or played, whatever it is, for Leon? Hassam hour or something. Oh, come on. I mean, seriously, just run round the whole... We had that against Tottenham, I think it was. Udogie from the other side of the pitch just ran all the way round the outside and back in again and scored. I mean, can we just get a tackle in? We started so well and now we're 2-1 down. Right, let's make some substitutions. I don't want to take Passini off because he's not looked bad. He's had a goal disallowed for offside. We take Duarte off. We bring Zahuri on for Akazvatni because it's a bit of a more attack-minded substitution. We're going to leave Calvo on for the time being. This is so annoying because we had such a good start to this game. Right, we're going attacking. I'm not happy. We bring Kwaku Mensah on for Calvo as well while we're at it. Do I take Sham? I'm going to take Sham from being Maric on. Lars Ollison, bless his heart, not getting a look in at the moment. We've gone attacking in the hope that we can try and do something, but we're not even getting a highlight. Oh, this is annoying. Makeda, come off of Passini. He's on a 6.2. He's not playing well. Oh, I'm so frustrated with this because away from home against Galatasaray, it's going to be a tricky game, but it's a game we should at least be getting something from, and we're not getting nothing. We're not even getting a shot on target. We've been woeful. We had such a good start to that game. Then we get a goal disallowed because the referee's a turd. I mean, we've got to play Benfica at some point. They've just beat... who are Aris? They're a Greek team. Well, Benfica have been a bit of a pain in their arse at the moment, haven't they? Right, so we've lost against Galatasary. We slipped down to 5th in the table after 2 games with a load of other teams still to play. We can't beat the team that Rennes beat. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Right, let's have a look at the schedule. When are we going to come back? I think I highlighted that we'll probably come back around here for Bayern Munich and Arsenal. So a Champions League game and a Premier League game. At home to Bayern, away to Arsenal. And we'll see how we're doing in the Champions League by that point. That could harm our chances of qualifying for the knockout stages. We're not expected to. We're expected to get to the group stage, which is where we entered. But after a couple of nice wins, yeah, not happy with that one. Right, well, thank you for watching, folks. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 23. Thank you very much. Bye.